Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna unbox this wonderful game which is Terraforming Mars, the dice game by Freaks Games. So let's take a look what's inside. It's opening slowly because it's very precisely made and it's very pleasantly to open it. First thing what we have here is a rule book. I don't know, can you see that in a camera or not, but it's made of paper which has this nice specific texture. I love it. It's really nice and again, very pleasant touch. Okay, and the rulebook itself is only 12 pages long, but it's enough because everything is laid out very clearly, and when I read it, it was everything straight forward and understandable for me from the first time I read it. So everything is clearly laid out in this nice rulebook. Okay, let's put it aside. But if you are a person who don't like to read rule books, then this game has this specific code which you can scan with your mobile device and access play along interactive tutorial. Yeah, it could be a great, and it's accessible on iOS, Android and diced.com as well. Okay, let's put it aside as well. And the next component is this leaflet which familiarizes us with game developers. We can read a little bit about them and know their names, and a little bit as well advertise another games. Oh, by the way, this Terraforming Mars, this big game, which was released, I guess, if I remember right, in 2016, is my favorite. Yeah, it's a great game. Absolutely fantastic game, and this is a sequel, kind of a sequel, smaller version of this game. Okay, let's carry on. Next component, player aids. Actually, these player aids are kind of useless. Well, don't get me wrong, they are nicely made, they are good, they are fantastic, everything is fine and everything is clearly laid out, but when you read this rulebook, you don't need them. Actually, you don't need them because all the rules are very straightforward. They are logical, they are easy, and you can play the game after the first time reading this nicely made rulebook. But anyway, yeah, there are player aids if you need them. They are nicely made, and yeah, and they have as well that nice texture. The same texture what this rulebook has. I love that. So probably I will use them when I will introduce some other players to this board game, when I will gonna play in a 4 or 3 player version. Next, we have this cardboard plate which contains corporate era expansion milestones. These are milestones for corporate era expansion, and the player colored tiles as well. Next component is the game board itself. Take a look at this. This is beautiful. It's double-sided. Here we have oxygen track, temperature track, we have a place for ocean tiles, then we have a Mars planet itself with different bonuses that you can unlock. You have a reward section and milestone section, and finally you have this a point track for each player to track the points which you earn during the game. Absolutely fantastic, and again, this is very nicely made with this kind of silky touch. Okay, next component, we have different kind of tokens in this cardboard plate. So here are milestones. These are milestones for a game. These are wild tokens. Basically they replace any resource during the game. Then we have ocean tiles, city tiles, forest tiles, and specific tiles as well. Next component, what I would like to show you is a very simple thing. These are counters. These transparent counters you will gonna use for tracking oxygen level and the temperature level. And these colorful tokens, red, green, yellow and blue token, you will gonna use for each player to track points over here around the edge of the board. Next wonderful game component is this. These are resources. These dice are different color and represent different resources on each side. Let's take a look at them. Okay, here they are in plastic bags. Let's unpack them. Alright, board game enthusiasts, and here we have a bunch of dice. Dice are very nicely made and they depict resources. Each dice depict 3 resources: common, uncommon and rare. Common resource is depicted 3 times, uncommon twice, and rare resource is depicted once per die. But all about rules and how to play this game, and all playthrough and in-depth explanation about each and every component about this wonderful game, we will gonna talk in another specific episode which will be dedicated for how to play this wonderful game. But now let's carry on with the next component which we have in this game, and it's playing cards. And actually this component is the main component of the game, I would say, because yeah, it's eventually it is a card game. Yeah. And here we have a deck for a base game, then we have a separate deck for a corporate era game, and then we have action cards which you will gonna play using different resources and performing different actions in the game. So let's take a look at them. Okay, let's start with the base game cards. Inside this one we have a corporations. These are your corporations which you will gonna pick before each game. But as I said, about rules we will gonna talk in the next episode. Then we have a specific bonus cards, and they give you specific bonuses and yeah, about how to play them when you get them, and all about them as well will be gonna covered in a specific episode about how to play Terraforming Mars, the dice game. Then we have a specific action cards which allows you to do different actions. There are loads of them. This is a wonderful game. Here we have a corporate era cards. Corporations themselves. Then we have again bonuses. Then we have a specific action cards. Yeah guys, as you can see, in a corporate era we have these 2 decks, and again, absolutely amazing. I am just thrilled. Imagine myself playing that. I will gonna spend a lot of time playing this game. That's great. It's absolutely fantastic, and I really recommend you to get this game and play it. It's wonderful. It's nicely made. It's fantastic. And now let's take a look at the last deck what we have in this game. Let's unpack that and let's take a sneak peek on these wonderful cards. I cannot wait. Let's open it. I really recommend the Terraforming Mars, the dice game. It's absolutely wonderful, sweet and nice and interesting game to have. Alright fellow gamers, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and following channel. Do not forget to subscribe and hit notification bell, and stay tuned for the next episode.